What's up, guys? Kaiser4 here with a car video. Little something for any other fans of Geeks and Gamers out there. So I meant to put this up yesterday. It's been a while since I've done anything for my YouTube channel. I put up a couple of videos of me and my friends dicking around on Rainbow Six and For Honor and Star Wars Battlefront and a couple other things. Just kind of stuff that I enjoy and maybe other people might want to watch. Who knows? If they want to watch it, cool. If they don't, also cool. But I did my lightsaber videos, and people tended to enjoy or appreciate my opinions on those. So I thought I'd do something kind of in a similar vein, but not quite the same thing, obviously. My wife and I signed up for Disney Plus, so obviously the first thing I did as a respectable Star Wars fan, who, by the way, hold on, let me show you guys. I'm a fan. I got a 3D printed version of his gun, but I watched The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, and I gotta say, it restored a little bit of my hope. It restored, and not all of it, obviously. You're not gonna undo what are we on now? Almost 5 years of kind of dropping the ball a little bit with Star Wars. You're not gonna do that with one episode of a series. But as a member of the Mandalorian Mercs myself, it obviously that pushes the right button right there. That trips the right fan alarm. Pedro Pascal, who played Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones, I'm a huge fan of his. I loved him in that. I even liked him in The Great Wall. It was that the movie with Matt Damon. Matt Damon was not even in that movie as far as I was concerned, but I was like, oh cool, Pedro's in that. I'll watch that. I'll give that a red box. And I did, and it was ridiculous, but Pedro was cool, so credit where it's due. Obviously, anybody who doesn't like Carl Weathers is just that's just un-American to not like Apollo Creed, damn it. Just un-American is what it is. But yeah, I've been interested in this ever since I heard about it, and the fact that Dave Filoni's involved in it, Jon Favreau, I'm a fan of both of them. Filoni kind of did a few things off for me with Rebels, but so far nothing out of the ordinary here. I am gonna put a spoiler warning, but in case you guys don't want spoilers, I would recommend a different review, because there's not a lot to talk about, and not a lot to spoil, but I am going to talk about the episode. It establishes very, very quickly the Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal's character, serious, kind of Clint Eastwood style. They've always kind of made that their primary defining character. He's very Clint Eastwood-like, they've been saying, and yeah, that's absolutely 100% accurate. He is very Clint Eastwood, very man with no name style to him. We never get to see him without his helmet. He doesn't get named. Like, even the subtitles just refer to him as the Mandalorian, which I think is cool. You have really good alien designs, really great practical effects, good special effects, like the CG. Like, I knew I was looking at CG, but it was good. It was very good, very well done, very tastefully done too. There's not an over-reliance on it, like, say the prequels or something like that. And I like that. But the world that they established is very gritty, very, it's 5 years after the Empire, and it's in that transition period still from the galaxy under the Empire's control to now the New Republic running things, and it's not going to be a seamless transition everywhere. Not everybody's going to be accepting of it. And when we first meet Carl Weathers' character's Grief Karka, he's trying to pay the Mandalorian with Imperial credits, and the Mandalorian's like, "What are you doing?" "What? They still spend." And the Mandalorian makes the very real point of, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't know if you've looked around recently, but the Empire's gone. The Empire's not around anymore. And Carl Weathers' character ends up, okay, I can pay you with Mon Calamari money, but I can only pay you half of the promised bounty because, probably because he's trying to offload the Imperial credits. He doesn't want them no more. Because, they still spend, but it's probably harder to spend them, being that it's been 5 years since the Empire was gone. It just, there was a lot of little tidbits of world building in there that was really cool, and it was really well done. And the very little bit of backstory we got on the Mandalorian character was in a brief flashback during a really cool scene featuring a Mandalorian armorer, which the whole sequence with the Mandalorians, I was just, as a fan of Mandalorians, Open Seasons is my favorite comic book series of all time. Like, the way that they did the Death Watch versus the true Mandalorians in Open Seasons was fantastic. And as a person who really likes the Mandalorian culture and history and all the characters from that culture, Open Seasons was just that was really cool. And the stuff that they put in this episode for that, it switched the nerd button on pretty hard, and I liked it. I was like, oh, that is so cool. And her design, the armorer's design, was so good. It was so cool. I loved her. She had kind of this gold helmet with little spikes on the top of it. And I'm like, is she a Zabrak under there? Or is that just a design choice? Like, I'm curious now. I'm intrigued. Ooh, is she a Zabrak, or is she a... I don't know. I want to know, but I kind of don't want to know. And it got those the old feelings for Star Wars churning a little bit. And it may not do that for everybody, but it did for me. And then, of course, the IG assassin droid, Nick Nolte's character of the Blurg Wrangler, he was fun. He was cool. His constant "I have spoken" thing, that was fun. You'll see it if you see the episode. He was fun. And you get to see a little more of the Mandalorian himself, his personality, which he's an interesting character. I can't wait to see more. Of course, the end of the episode, this is the big spoiler. The target that Werner Herzog, is that the German actor? It was in all the preview stuff, doing the voiceovers about bounty hunting being a complicated profession. Very cool. His whole scene was cool. The stormtroopers, all of that was really cool. The bounty target that they send him after is a baby Yoda. Is a baby version of Yoda's species, who's 50 years old. At 50 years old, they're still in their infancy. It's really cool seeing, and you're just like, oh, that's so cool. And obviously, if you're a human being, you're going, oh my God, he's so cute. I don't know anybody that would be like, no, that's not cute. That's stupid. It's stupid. You're a Star Wars fan. And is it pretty blatant with the nostalgia? Sometimes. But I don't think that this series set out to say, hey, forgive us. For all of our transgressions, here's what you always wanted. I just think this was two people who do love Star Wars, Favreau and Filoni, And this was them saying, okay, never mind all that. Our show is for fans. Our show is for fans, and it's not meant for kids or any of that nonsense. It's not. Again, it's the first episode, so I don't know if they're going to go with lean heavy into the political agenda shit that Star Wars has leaned into pretty hard over the last couple of years. I'm hoping not. Like I said, it's just me remaining hopeful. And, you know, like I said, just hoping that Star Wars, The Mandalorian, does not fall down that rabbit hole. Excuse me. But solid, good watch. 7 out of 10. I give it a 7 out of 10. Good start. Builds the world nicely. Sets up some mysteries that can be explored along the way. Sets up the Mandalorian without just ramming exposition down your throat. There's almost no exposition in this entire. There's like people who have never seen a Mandalorian. They're like, is it true you guys never take off your helmets? You know, they've heard stories of Mandalorians, but they don't feel it necessary to tell those stories. They just kind of leave it up to your imagination. Like, what kind of stories have they heard about these guys? How many of them are true? Little intriguing things that can be explored later, and I can't wait. So, do I recommend it? Yes. As just a fan, and I've been disenfranchised with the series for a little bit, like everybody else, like a lot of everybody else. Not necessarily everyone, but a lot of people. But yeah, I can recommend this one. I really hope you guys give it a chance and you enjoy it as much as I did. And here's hoping that the rest of the series keeps this trend going. That's about it, guys. Y'all take care, be good people, and may the Force be with you.